What's up, guys? Welcome to my first live stream. I'm coming to you live from Ocean City. So if you're not familiar with me, I'm Jason of JPVideos. I'm doing my first Q&A live stream, and you're welcome to ask me any questions you like. And if you already do know me and don't have any questions, then just sit back and watch, and feel free to enjoy the video. Hello, Catherine. Glad you could join me. Jeff, the beach is amazing. This is my first time down here in at least 20 years to Ocean City, Maryland, and I forgot how beautiful it is. Perfect weather today. Ocean water is nice and warm, and waves are pretty big, and it's a good time. Got tons of video to edit so far. Hey Chris, thanks for joining me today. Yeah, the background, I'm actually on the patio of my condo right now, and this is my background, my view. It's a little bay area that connects to the ocean with some of the condo resorts and hotels back behind me here. So I'm 2 blocks from the ocean right now. Oh no, I'm not a Harry Potter fan. I've actually never watched any of those movies, but they do seem interesting. I just never had a chance to watch it, so I can't really say for sure if I'm a fan or not. But maybe one day I'll watch it and check it out. Yeah, you can't beat this kind of view. I mean, this is like the perfect setting to sit back and relax and, you know, do a little live streaming on YouTube. So glad you guys enjoyed the view. Just to give you guys a quick view, I'll show you how close I am to the water. Right there. Well, if you guys have any questions for me, feel free to ask. You know, anything about my channel, about my videos, about me personally. You know, as long as it's nothing too personal. But it's an open forum, so you know, feel free to ask anything you'd like. Just to give you guys a little update, I'm gonna be here the rest of the week until Saturday. Tomorrow, I do have another live stream coming from the boardwalk down by Trimpers Amusement Park and Ripley's and everything. So I'll be showing you guys some of that. That's gonna be at 6 p.m. So hopefully you guys could join me for that one as well. I hope maybe over the winter time, you know, when it's time to stay in and watch movies, I'll watch them, and if I do end up liking them, I'll definitely let you know. Jeff, how's the weather over in PA there? If you guys wondering why I'm looking to the right, I'm just looking at my laptop to view the live feed of the chats. It's a little quicker than waiting for it to come on the screen. Yeah, PA weather is usually pretty nice over the summer, but supposed to be pretty nice all week here. But Wednesday they're calling for thunderstorms, so I think we're gonna just have a lazy day and just hang out. But hopefully the rest of the week we'll be able to enjoy the beach. Catherine, do you remember what places they were specifically? I mean, and were they abandoned places or something else? Hey Jeff, just to let you know too, I'm sure you've probably been down here before, but we took a ride today in the car down the main strip here, and they actually have a scooter rental place, and at least they had at least a half dozen of the Ruckus scooters that you could rent for the day, and I was surprised to see them because I haven't really seen them except for when I've seen yours, and I've seen at least 6 of them parked out front that you could rent, and they actually had little 3-wheel scooters too. You sit in it like almost like a little car, and the rear wheel propels the car with a little engine and the front wheels spin. But just thought I'd let you know there's a Ruckus heaven down here. Well, even if I do grab your rear wheel, you can't take yours off, so it's not going to do you any good. Catherine, like Jeff was saying, we do have 1 or 2 locations planned in the coming months. Specifically the Turnpike tunnels. They're abandoned, 13-mile stretch of road, and we're planning on going there probably late September, I want to say, maybe early October at the latest. That's going to be a really cool explore because it's a huge desolate area. The tunnels are almost a mile long, and all the inner workings are still there and everything, so we'll be jam-packed with drone footage and point of view footage and everything else in between, lots of still photos, and of course I'll provide the back history for it, so when that comes out I'll be sure to let you know, and it's definitely going to be worth a watch. Should be myself filming it, Jeff, which is Jeff Grant Media, and our friend Jay, which is Journey with Jay. The 3 of us are supposed to head there together, and that should be one of our better abandoned videos. If anyone else joined me since the start of this, you feel welcome to say hi, ask any questions you like. Like I said, this is my first Q&A. Anything specifically you want to know, feel free to ask. I'm going to be on here for probably at least a half an hour or so. Anything you want to know, just ask. Otherwise, just enjoy the video, and hopefully you can enjoy the view behind me. Linda, yeah, it's a nice view behind me, and I've actually never been that far south. I think the farthest south I've been is Florida, and obviously it's really hot weather down there. So I can only imagine how Mexico is, but I'm sure it's beautiful as well. But currently in Ocean City, Maryland, and here for the week for vacation with the family. So I'll be having a handful of videos coming out this week from here, including some drone footage. I have a haunted house that I'm going to be filming. It's a dark ride. It's one of the better ones down here, so it's going to be a video by itself. I'm going to be giving a tour of Ripley's. As I said, another live stream tomorrow from the boardwalk at 6 p.m. and probably just a recap of our vacation with highlights. That'll probably be the last video once we get done filming everything. So there'll be plenty of videos coming this week from Ocean City. Currently no pets. We did have a dog. She was a pit bull mix. Her name is Chloe. She actually passed away a couple months ago, unexpectedly. We don't know what happened. She somehow got sick or something. We had her for the last 8 years. It was, a sad event, but currently that's, we're without anything right now, and it's actually making life a little bit easier just because we don't have to worry about putting her up in a shelter or anything while we go on vacation or a kennel. But down the road we probably will be getting another dog. But I'm not really a fan of cats, but my wife and my daughter love cats. But I've just never been fond of them. Yeah, Jeff, if you saw the photos I posted today, I actually flew the Spark right behind me over the bay, up over those buildings back there, and showing the ocean. And I'm going to be honest with you, I was nervous as hell. I was white knuckling those controllers. Because right where I'm at is very little shoreline here, so I didn't have a whole lot of room to get GPS signal. So I actually had to fly it out over the water a little bit, let it hover there, and it picked up GPS thankfully, and it made the flight no problem. I didn't have any trouble, but I was still nervous because if it dropped in the water, that's $700 down the drain. But I'm going to be taking it to the beach one of these mornings this week, really early before it gets crowded, and fly it over there, and I think that'll be some cool footage. But yeah, so far so good with the Spark. Hey Jay, thanks for joining me. Widowmaker, I generally either go alone or with Jeff or Jay, just because they also have YouTube channels. They live near me. I do have a lot of friends on YouTube that I keep in touch with and talk to, but they live out of state. Um, a few months ago, I did meet up with, actually not a few months, a couple months ago, myself and Jay met up with a group of guys called AUE, Authentic Urban Exploration, and they filmed 2 locations with us, which was the abandoned train station and the abandoned taxi company. Once in a great while, my wife will join me, and my daughter's been with me on 1 or 2. I'm not opposed to taking somebody with me, but it's just a liability issue. Like, I don't want to be responsible if someone was to get hurt, because a lot of the locations we go to, they're not very safe. Jeff could attest the one location we went to actually fell through the floor, and thankfully he was there to not only capture the footage, which was awesome, but if I was to fall through or couldn't get out, he could at least go get help. So it is sometimes dangerous, the locations we go to, but I'm open to taking people with me if they have experience and are okay joining me in that type of place.
Oh, totally. Yep.
Hey Alan, thanks for joining me. Yeah, if you guys haven't seen that video of me falling through the floor, just search abandoned farmhouse, either on YouTube or through my channel. It's one of the more popular videos I have. I think it has about 500,000 views, which is ridiculous just for something so silly like that. But it was a unique experience, and Jeff was able, like I said, to get part of me on footage just by chance of luck of holding the camera in the right direction. And it's a good thing I didn't fall through, because we actually went into the basement to check it out, and there was a locked room that we couldn't even open the door to, that if I fell into there, I don't know how I would have gotten out without having to either get help or bust down one of the walls or doors or something. So it's definitely, it could be a scary experience if you don't take your precautions and, obviously take someone with you. If you go alone, you are risking it. If you get hurt or stuck or hurt or broken leg or anything, you're on your own, but you just gotta kind of roll the dice and go with your gut feeling. I just want to show you guys real quick. If you can see, there's a bunch of boats out there and jet skis going on, so it's an awesome place right now to be here.
Oh, I'm sorry, it's on the floor here.
Widowmaker, what town are you from? I currently live right in between Scranton and Wilkes-Barre area, only a few minutes away from Scranton. So, and typically go on weekends. So, if you're nearby and you are able and willing to go on some of these crazy adventures, then and you don't mind being on YouTube, then maybe I could bring you along sometime. No, Jeff. There's people. This is 4 levels of condos here, so I think there's people above me that are outside on their patio. So nobody's calling me honey or boo boo.
I really don't know.
No, I haven't seen any bats at all. Just tons of seagulls. Troop. Yeah, you're definitely pretty close. If you want Widowmaker, you could contact me on my Facebook page. I have the link below in all my videos. It's JPVideos 81 on Facebook. Also, I have a Gmail address under my About section. You could contact me there as well if you want to discuss possibly doing a location together.
Hi, dear sweetie. Mommy has
Yeah, Chris, that was a great video. I should say a great experience and a good video. The video quality wasn't my best work because it is from earlier in
I don't know.
of my abandoned videos. I think I progressed since then, but it just made for a great learning experience for not only myself but others out there who do the same type of thing. Yeah, Chris, we plan on doing the turnpike tunnels probably late September, early October, once it gets a little bit cooler out. Sorry about that. And like I said, there's going to be tons of footage from that location. There's 2 tunnels, 13 miles of abandoned roadway. And the good thing about it is we're not trespassing. It's an open, free road to use for biking and walking, so we're not breaking any rules. And They have the maintenance rooms with the fans and everything in the tunnels. It's just going to be a really awesome experience. Myself, I'm going to be bringing my Spark. I know Jeff's going to be bringing his Mavic, and it's great that we have those now because they're really portable and we're able to carry them without a problem. So there'll be some really unique drone footage coming from there. We're going to need lots of lighting, obviously, because the tunnels are almost a mile long. And I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be one of our better adventures. Chris, I was wondering, I know you're a fan of Jeff's page and his videos. I've seen your name before. Are you local to the area? I'm just curious because there's a Chris Wilson that I know, my brother knows, that used to be from Music area. I didn't know if you guys had any relation or it's just coincidences of same name or not.
Want me to bring you a flavor?
Alan, just curious, what kind of drone do you fly? Is it a Phantom 4? I saw you posted a video today at Valley View football field, I believe it was.
Come on, Louie. Louie. Louie, come here. Come on, baby.
There's seagulls around here. There's seagulls everywhere. This morning there was probably about 2 dozen out here looking for food or fish. And during the afternoon the tide goes down really low and the water is actually only about a foot deep. And you can actually see the seagulls just, hunting for food and walking around the water. And high tide comes in this evening, I think for overnight, and it rises about 3-4 feet. But yeah, there's seagulls all around, and if they find any food, they're going to make lots of noise. Yeah, I figure it's a pretty common name. I just wanted to ask, just curious. Roulette, PA, I've never heard of, actually. I don't know how far I'm from that. I'm in the northeast part of the state, my residence at least. I'm about an hour from Binghamton, an hour from Allentown, about 2 hours from Williamsport, so maybe you could judge it based on that. I guess we lost a few people. I'm down to 6. That's okay though. For the remainder of you that are still watching, if you have any other questions, feel free to ask. Any suggestions for upcoming videos, let me know. I posted 2 recently, one yesterday, one today from Knoebels. We went there Friday for my company picnic. We rode the haunted house, which is one of my favorite rides there. And if you guys watched the video already, you know what I'm talking about. If not, for last year they changed the skeleton room to an upside down room, and I own a Knoebels DVD which is all about the haunted house. It gives facts about it and gives you a walkthrough tour and everything, and that room used to be used as their maintenance repair shop, but I think as of for this year or last year they built down a separate maintenance room that attaches to that room with a sliding door. I'd never personally seen it because it's always closed and it's a dark room, but when we went through there Friday, the room was open. Lights are on, you can see one of the pretzel cars sitting inside, and it's not something you get to see every day, so if you haven't seen that, check it out. And I also posted today a Knoebels slow motion video, which is just filming some of the rides in slow motion, people having fun, smiles on people's faces. And that was one of my better videos I did from there. I'm really happy with that one because it slows everything down, gives you a chance to enjoy what you're looking at. And Knoebels is just a great place to film, so I love filming there. It's one of my favorite videos that I've filmed from there so far. I hope that we just missed you by a day. I was there Friday and I was there previously on Sunday. And I'll be back there in October for Hollow Fun Nights. And that's where I'm going to be scheduling my first meetup. And it's probably going to be around the middle of October on a Saturday. And it's going to be a Halloween themed event, so you're welcome to come in costume. I myself will be dressed up, my wife, my daughter, and I encourage anyone who comes to dress up, as anything you want. I'm going to be handing out JPVideos stickers that I have made up, and we'll probably be doing some rides together, and of course making a video out of it. So you'll be on camera and part of the video, and you and your family are welcome to come, or any friends. Should be a fun time, and I'm looking forward to it. It's my very first ever meetup, and hopefully it's going to lead to more down the road.
But let's not see anymore. See.
Let's see. Well, as far as we know. Which may not be.
I hope. I don't know if it's going to be the 21st. It might be. I'll let you know closer to that date. You can follow me on JPVideos on Facebook, or just stay tuned to my videos. I'll post an update probably sometime in September, about a month's notice. So just stay tuned for that. And Jay, that's crazy to hear that, man. I know somebody was there recently. They posted on the Abandoned Friends page that they had some pictures of it, and I couldn't believe how far it was gone already since I've been there, since you've been there. But it was just a matter of time, though, I guess, until they tore it down, since it's government owned, and it was getting to be a nuisance probably for the remaining residents there. But I'm glad we got there when we did to check it out. Luckily, me and Jeff got there shortly after the first video was ever posted, and the place was relatively intact, and all the furniture was in there, walls were intact, only a couple things missing and destroyed. But I guess that's just the way it goes for that town. People leave, it gets torn down, and it's forgotten about.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. It seemed a little early.
Yeah, I think once people found out that there was a house there to visit, the people just went crazy going there. And of course, there's always people that are going to just do vandalism, graffiti, destruction. And I never encourage anyone to do that. It ruins the location. There's no reason for that. Some places already too far gone. Some tasteful graffiti might actually perk up the place, but myself, as far as Jeff and Jay, I know we don't vandalize, we don't disturb anything. We leave things the way we found them, and that's the way people should be doing it, especially with something that's historical. I know that was the mayor's house, and I'm sure it had a lot of memories in that place and meant a lot to a lot of the neighbors that lived there. So it's sad to see that progressed in a negative way, but again, glad we got to film it when we did. Yeah, Jeff, that tape was a very lucky find. It was like a needle in a haystack, and I'm glad I got that video on YouTube, because that's a lot of footage that probably hasn't been seen in many, many years. There was actually a video that I found that really upset me. I went to the abandoned post office. It's in Hunlock Creek near Croups Glen. It was actually a whole group of places that I filmed that same day. There's Croups Glen Amusement Park, an abandoned train station from the 1800s, and an abandoned post office. Well, the post office, for the most part, was gutted. It had a fire in there, but the building was still intact. It had a basement, and somebody commented on that video saying, "Hey, I was just there yesterday." So I went to their page, watched their video, and it turned out to be a group of probably teenage kids, and they were in there throwing rocks, vandalizing, trying to break the walls. And I got very angry by watching that, and myself and another friend of ours, Jason Boyle, and a couple others commented saying that if we ever caught them doing that, that there'd be some severe consequences, and they would regret doing that. And it just so happens they actually removed the video shortly after that, because I guess they didn't want to take the chance of something happening to them. So anyone who does explore places, I do encourage you not only to do it safely, but as Chris said, visit, don't destroy, because there's no point in that. It's just, not only are you going to get yourself in trouble if you get caught, but it ruins it for others. So I'd rather preserve than destroy.
Chair over there.
So you're sitting there.
Right. And then don't listen now.
Then I can sit.
Jay, actually I was hoping that question was going to come up. I think I have it narrowed down to a top two. One would be Iron Temple. Jeff visited that place with me. The building is just gorgeous on the outside, with the dome ceilings, the glass dome in the center, and even the inside. The stage is so decorative and authentic looking. It's one of my favorite places I filmed. The second one,
Okay.
it's a tough one to narrow it down, but I'd probably say Summit Resort out in the Poconos. That's not too far from Penn Hills. And the reason I picked that place is because the nightclub, I think it's called Scheherazade, it's nearly untouched. All the tables, chairs, lighting, the bar, everything's still intact. It's obviously covered in tons of dust, but it looks like it could reopen in a matter of weeks. It was one of the only places in that whole resort that wasn't destroyed or vandalized. And if you get a chance, check out that video. It's called the Summit Resort in the Poconos. And I'm glad I got to visit that place because there are plans to turn into, I believe, a medical facility. But if I was to say a third one, it would be Unity House, which is another resort that Jeff and myself filmed. And they had an abandoned movie theater, tons and tons of rooms, and like apartment building type places. And lots of history with that place too. It was belonged to the Women's Garden Union back since I think the 20s.
Okay, Mommy will give you, and Daddy can give you some food.
Careful, there's not a lot of room.
I hope, I live in northeast Pennsylvania, in a small town just about maybe 5 to 10 minutes outside of Scranton.
Really?
It's so pretty to call.
Jeff, what place was in the news?
It's so pretty.
It's nice. I love that.
You.
Hey Jay, if you ever get a chance to go back there, you've seen the video, obviously that place looks like anything I've ever seen before as far as a theater goes or something around this area. And that was actually one of our scheduled locations to go to with AUE. I originally wanted us to go there because it's something you don't see every day. But the entry point that I found was boarded up pretty well with screws and everything, and you'd be drawing a lot of attention to yourself breaking it open. So maybe by now it's open back up. If you're curious to go there, I'll let you know how I found my way in. It's definitely worth it to explore. There's a lot of space in there, a lot of coverage to film. It's very dark. Me and Jeff had multiple lights on and still couldn't light up the whole theater area, but it's something you need to see with your own eyes to really appreciate it. Yeah, the halfway house, that was a lucky chance that me and Jeff stumbled into that because we were, I believe, filming something else that day. I can't remember what it was exactly, but I knew that that was there because there was 2 houses next to it that I also filmed, which was the, I believe they call it the Mystery House or something like that, and the Dead Bird House. There were 2 houses next to that one that were explored by myself, and those are 2 pretty good videos themselves. But the halfway house, you know, not only was it a gorgeous house, it had a beautiful fireplace, but not shortly after that, it was, you know, knocked down by an excavator. And another one, like I said, I'm glad we got in there when we did, just so we could see what was in there, what it used to be. Again, I'm sure people have lots of memories there from doing rehab or whatever. And it's sad that, you know, that place at least got destroyed because it was a beautiful home. And I wish we were able to get into that front office, Jeff. I think you know what, there was a hidden stairwell that we couldn't get into. I wish I got to see that part, but again, I'm glad we got in that house. You know, either way, it was still pretty good. Hope, I'll check out your channel. I don't normally just subscribe to people just to subscribe. I check out their channels. If I see something I like, I'll usually subscribe. So later on tonight or tomorrow, I'll check out your channel, and if I see something I like, then I'll subscribe. Yeah, Catherine, that birdhouse one was a little bit creepy, just because not only did it have an awful stench, there's at least 10 dead birds that I saw, but the upstairs going to the 3rd floor had just a weird feeling about it. Not only did it stink even worse, but I just didn't know what I was going to find up there, whether it was a dead animal, dead body, or what else it could have been. It could have been a trunk full of cash, who knows, but looking back, I wish I did go upstairs to the 3rd floor to see what was up there, but I just went against my better judgment, and I guess I, you know, didn't go up like I should have, but I didn't want to chance it and see something I regret seeing.
Yeah. Maybe I can smell you one. A little French bouquet of yours?
I do want to give you another update for abandoned locations. There's a school I'm going to be visiting. It's an abandoned school out near, I think it's Benton, Pennsylvania. I don't know how long it's been closed. It's been closed a long time. It's pretty well deteriorated, but still accessible. It's kind of in farmland. It's I think a 3-story building, but it has a gymnasium, I believe a theater, and it's a pretty large building. I should be getting there sometime late September as well. My wife actually went to school there when she was younger, so she has some history on the place. So that'll be coming up. In the meantime, I don't really have anything planned. I do scout around every so often to locations in the area. I do have a couple houses that I checked out that I may be getting into to film. If there's nothing interesting in them, then I'm probably not going to make a video out of it, but I usually like to find, you know, some old relics or furniture or something that was from that house or relates to the past. So I might possibly have 1 or 2 house videos coming up, and they're always interesting to film. Alright, keep bouncing back and forth between like 6 and 9 viewers. I'm on here for about 32 minutes. I don't want to drag this on for too long. Is there anything else you guys want to know? I know you guys, most of you know me already and know, you know, what I do and a lot about me, especially Jeff. We went to school together. He knows where I live. We actually did a science fair project together, so he probably knows me best out of everyone here. Yeah, Kirsten, it is pretty sad. You don't never know what happened to these houses or why the people ended up vacating them. Some of them, you know, I think are for obvious reasons. Like the one I filmed was actually 2 of them for flood homes. They were damaged by the flood, and I think it was 2011, and they're just full of mold, and they're unsalvageable. Other ones that are just looks like people just left yesterday. It makes you wonder what happened. You know, were they chased out of there? Were they forced out of there? So it does leave you with a lot more questions than answers, but they're still pretty interesting film. All right, Catherine, I was glad you were able to join me tonight. Glad it gave you something to do at least. As mentioned, I will be live tomorrow, 6 p.m. Live from the boardwalk. I'll be showing you guys just, you know, what's along the boardwalk, some of the beach, maybe some of the crazy people out there. So hope you could join me for that one as well. If not, I'll have a new video coming out in a few days from Ocean City. Jay, actually I'm debating if I'm going to film the eclipse or not. One, based on weather, if it's going to cooperate. I'm calling for a chance of showers down here, but more specifically, I'm just hoping it's not going to damage my camera sensor, because they're saying you can't look at it with your eyes, and I don't know what's going to happen if I have the camera pointed at it. I'm assuming it'll be alright, but you know, I hate to burn out the sensor or something like that and be out a $500 camera, but if I do film it, then I guess you'll find out. If not, maybe you or Jeff could film it and be a little bit braver than I am. Half alive. I actually grew up right where I live now. It's a small town right outside of Scranton. I went to Riverside High School, and for elementary I went to Riverside Elementary School, so I've stayed in the area my whole life. I have moved around. After high school I moved to another small town nearby, just one town away. I moved, let me see, about 3 different times, and I ended up coming back home to the same town I was born and raised, so I stayed relatively close. I haven't really gone too far. I do like the area. Sometimes I wish I was able to move, but that's where my family is, and my friends, and I guess I'm comfortable there. Maybe, you know, down the road when I'm older, and my daughter's older, I don't have to worry about school and stuff like that with her. I could maybe venture off to a different state, but for right now, I'm just northeast Pennsylvania. Yeah, the areas I film, I always try and focus and stay in northeast Pennsylvania. 99% of my abandoned videos are all within an hour's drive of where I live. There's just lots of history in my area. and I try and showcase that as much as possible. Hey, Journey with Jay, I'm just wondering when you're going to be doing your first live stream or first Q&A, because Jeff is the one that popped the cherry, and I'm following suit, and now it's your turn.
A lot of them over in North, Ocean City, places in there, right across, because we don't come through that one. The other one is Florida.
You guys can tell back here, it's going to be a pretty nice sunset coming down, so it's nice. View keeps getting better behind me. Oh, come on, you got to do it at least once. I mean, you're basically vlogged in some of your videos with your intros and outros, and your NASCAR videos, so it's not going to hurt you to do a live stream once.
I think there's an arcade attached.
If I could do it, you could do it. I'm not the best talker either. Jeff is the pro out of all of us. But
I don't know.
like he says, the more you do it, the more comfortable you get. So I think slowly and surely I'm getting a little bit better at it. But, even if you do a live stream from like an abandoned location, that'd be pretty cool. That's something I do want to do. I'm kind of iffy on doing it because I don't want to broadcast, location and get myself in trouble. But if we can find a location that's safe to be at, or maybe we have good signal at the turnpike tunnels, maybe we could try it there.
Small details, it's all that, like sniffing the whole porch sometimes. Yes, it's very oil. So to speak.
That's a good question. I actually forgot about that. Me and Jeff attempted to go there. I believe it's the same day we did the halfway house, but when we went to get all our gear packed up and walk to the roundhouse, railroad police showed up and went down the road towards the roundhouse, so we had to scrap those ideas. Maybe sometime over the winter would be good to go there. I don't know what you think, Jeff. I definitely do want to get back there. I think from what I see from aerial photos, there's still some equipment back there and maybe some old locomotives. So maybe wintertime we could, chance it again. Oh yeah, that's a good idea. That's cool. Yeah, if we get in there, like you said, Jay, if we pay, it's not breaking entering. So yeah, that'd be a good location to do a live stream. So glad you brought that up, Jeff. I was thinking. Yeah, Jeff, just keep me updated on that roundhouse, when you want to do it. Whenever you think, we could get back there. If you want to go a different day of the week or whatever, but would like to get back there one way or another. Jay, hopefully, maybe service is good for one of us there. If not, I'm sure we can find somewhere else. There's a couple other unique places that I don't think are posted that we could probably stream live at. Give everyone a live look at what we see on our everyday videos. Well, for sure that Jeff's not crossing the bridge, and I'm pretty sure I won't either. I mean, I'm pretty daring myself. It seems to go with the name Jason, but I do have a little fear of heights, and that bridge is pretty sketchy. I think we got out maybe 10 feet, and half the planks are missing, and all we saw was just water 50 feet below us, and unless I crawled across on my hands and knees, I don't think I'll be doing that.
This was a nice thing. One is much prettier.
Yeah, he is getting braver, I do give him that, but I think he's forced to be braver just because he's around us all the time, so we always keep pushing him to test the limits.
Well, the bread's going, but
Alright guys, been on here for about 40 minutes now. I'm going to wrap it up in a few minutes here. It's getting darker out and I want to enjoy the rest of my night. I'm sure you guys do as well. So anything else you want to say, feel free to say it. Probably going to wrap up here in about 5 minutes.
oh, you got company. Incoming.
I just want to show you guys a quick view over here. You can see the sunset just looks amazing over there. You can't see the sun, but the sky has a nice pink orange tinge to it. It's beautiful.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Why? Why? You hate them?
No, no.
And let me see. Back this way over here, at night there's spotlights that are going across the sky, like the giant spotlights that rotate. That's for Secrets. It's a really popular bar nightclub down here. And I drove by another bar today called Big Peckers, and it's just funny because my last name is Peck, and I haven't seen or heard of that name in a long time. I think we have T-shirts from there from years ago. My father has one, I think. But I drove past that today and just brought back a lot of memories because that was something I remember from my childhood.
There you go. Yeah. See, I knew you'd come.
Sorry about that. Keep hitting the tripod. The drive was actually horrendous coming here. We left about, I think, 9:30 in the morning. We didn't get here until about 4 o'clock. We did stop at IHOP to get lunch, but we just hit traffic left and right. We took detours, we hit traffic. GPS originally said about 4 hours and 25-30 minutes, but it took entirely too long. I mean, it was worth it in the end to come here. It really paid off with how beautiful it is, but the drive was just crazy. Here's some seagulls over here.
Yeah. Hi, guys. Come on. You gotta play nice. There you go.
So yeah, that's my view.
I love it when they catch it in the air.
I'm always afraid these guys are going to dive on me one of these days. I know they're in a lot of the Walmart parking lots, and now they're circling here like crazy. They're coming pretty close. Kind of freaking me out here. You guys are probably having a good laugh at my expense because I'm kind of looking over my shoulder here. I'll show you how crazy it is. Hang on a second. And if you like birds or seagulls, this is the place for you.
Okay. Wow, they catch it. That's so great. So cool. Okay. Come on, line up and play pattern. There you go. You got it.
Always funny is you trying to cross that porch.
You got it.
I'm getting freaked out here.
Yeah, there
You can see in the
go.
back of the camera, they're coming pretty close behind me here.
Do you see that one? I want him to work with the Mets. He could be,
Can he hit?
he could be our left fielder. Let's
We
go.
need somebody who can hit.
That's true. We don't know.
All right, any other questions, or you guys just want to sit here and see me get tortured?
Here you go.
Little golf ball.
Oh yeah, the hospital, Jay. I forgot about that. Although you did warn me about that ahead of time, though.
Here it goes. That was a nice
When I walked in that room, that
one.
it gave me a pretty good scare.
Show him the sheets.
That's definitely something I won't forget.
Maybe some nice time.
Yeah, I'm only gonna do a couple more pieces.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, guys.
All right, guys. Well, I'm going to wrap it up here. I think I do appreciate you joining me on my first live Q&A.
Beautiful, you
If you
guys.
have any other suggestions down the road for more live streams or videos in general, I'm always open to them. As far as abandoned locations, Knobles, live events, throw them at me if you have any suggestions. I'm always open to them. Anything I'll consider if it's going to make for a good video. Just to remind you, tomorrow I'll be live again, 6 p.m.
Come on, Dad.
Eastern Standard Time from the boardwalk.
I'll get you.
be showing some of the things along the boardwalk here in Ocean City, Maryland. I have more videos coming from Ocean City from our vacation. After that, it's going to be a toss-up as to what I do next, but just want to thank you again for joining me tonight. I appreciate it. If you haven't already subscribed to me, go ahead and hit the red button and that bell so you get notified when I do go live or when I have a new video.
Stay with it.
These seagulls.
Okay, one more piece,
And
we're done.
that's pretty much it. So I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your night. Let me see if there's any more comments real quick. All right, Kristen, Kirsten, Jeff and Jay and everyone else, thanks again. And we'll see you tomorrow, hopefully. Take care.
Get it.